What's up, guys? Today we're checking out the Singapore Zoo. Why? Last time I came here, I didn't check it out. And the reason is because I thought it was just like a regular zoo, you know? But it turns out this is kind of like a special zoo where the animals are not so captive. They're kind of like free roaming. Obviously, we're not going to be walking amongst lions and stuff. But we'll see, you know? It's about $35 and you'll decide if it's worth your money or not. Let's go. So here's the plan, I guess. We start here, we'll make a loop like this, see everything. They designed it pretty well, so you can, you know, just go everywhere. In other zoos that I've been to, you have to kind of, you know, plan your routes. But this is nice, you can just follow the circle and be done. First up, we got a monkey over here. Turns his back against us. And there are also some fish living in here, so it's kind of like a habitat. But this is glass, you know. They're still held in captivity, obviously. It's not a cage, you can kind of like see them better. These cute fish, maybe they're mingling together. Mom and dad, happy family. Yeah, they have a beard. Adult males have a huge pendulous nose, like this guy. And it is believed that the larger the nose, the more attractive the male is to the female. Kind of reminds me of another descendant of monkeys that might do something similar. Cute sea otters. They're just playing around. They look happy. Apparently sea otters poop in communal piles called latrines. These act as social hubs, giving a news feed on who has been there, how they're feeling, and who is ready to mate. A quick whiff keeps everyone updated, which means basically everyone shits in the same place and you smell the shit and you can say, okay, this otter is ready to breed, and then you go, I guess, you find them and you breed with them. Interesting life. Here's kind of like a good example of what the exhibits look like. So you got the pelicans over there, you got some gibbons, which are basically like orangutans, and you can see what it looks like. It's like we're in the forest and we can just walk amongst the animals. Kind of like a free range zoo. I guess that's what people mean when they say this is like a special zoo. Yeah, this one's scratching himself and these ones are sleeping, but look at how they're sleeping. They put their heads back towards their body. Well, like this one's not doing that, but this one and this one, they got their heads pointed towards their tail. Very interesting. Look at this orangutan. There's one over there. You know, orangutan means man of the jungle in Indonesian. And see, I'm just here and the orangutan's here. And we're all just walking around. It's kind of nice. Look at this big fucking dinosaur. You can see he's like probing with his tongue. It's like he's using it as a, like his secondary eyes, you know, sensory organ. This guy doesn't move much normally, so we're kind of lucky. We got the birds on the rhino over there, kind of living like a, maybe a symbiotic, maybe a parasitical relationship. See a bird on that one too. And up next we got zebras, which are basically donkeys, but you pull them out of the printer too fast. What is he thinking about? Just staring blankly. We got a red river hog next. I've never seen an animal like this, but they're over there. Like pigs. They got like big pointy ears like antelopes, or what kind of animal is this? What are they looking for? Bugs, maybe?
Look at their ears.
See what they eat. See, diet is like roots, fruits, reptiles, and carcasses. Oh my god. Dead shit. We're supposed to have meerkats over here, but apparently it's pregnant. But I noticed this tree. Look at how cool this tree is. And really all the trees up here, they're like African, you know, the ones you see in Lion King. really cool place. You got like a habitat here. We're kind of like walking in a safe jungle, and you can see all these animals. Like, just pulling up to the giraffes. We got something else here. Oh my god, what is this? Lion? Whoa. The lions. Lions just chilling. Male lions just hanging around. His only concern is to not ruin his nice hair. And look at that female one hiding in the cave, probably just relaxing in the shade. We got one giraffe over here and a couple over here. Are they like mom and dad, or it's not a baby, right? It'd be too small to be a baby. It's like a male and a female just walking around. I can see that one's a male for sure. He's getting ready. Oh my god, mating season. They're in their mating walk. So I never thought about this before, but if you imagine like the head of a giraffe, like however long their neck is, 2 times that distance is the amount that their head moves, you know, from its normal position to the position when they are drinking water. And that causes like a huge pressure change, like blood pressure change. You know, you can just kind of imagine if you like do like a handstand, you even notice with the human body, you know, the blood's rush into your head. But apparently they have like special blood vessels that prevent like big issues with this. And they're saying that we can, you know, study this and kind of come up with solutions to help humans that have blood pressure issues. Stuff, you know, you see from nature and then you learn and apply to human life. This is kind of like how we make science better, you know, take inspiration from nature. For example, like owls have these feathers make a frequency that's the like out of phase with the frequency of their wings. So their feathers cancel out the noise that their wings make. And that's how they're able to fly very quietly at night. And what can you do with this information? Well, like we have drones, like UAVs that are developing in this era. You know, maybe in 10 years we're gonna have drones doing deliveries and, you know, carrying humans, and it's gonna be quite annoying to have like a bzzz sound all the time in the air. So, you know, you can take inspiration from nature. Owls need to fly quietly at night. It's like a life and death decision for them. If they don't, then, you know, they can't hunt and they'll die. So, you know, they got a pretty good technology developed, and we can apply that to drones. Anyways, you see how like these giraffes, they're kind of like next door neighbors with the lions. Do you think like when they first got to this zoo, you know, they got placed here, they were just like, oh fuck, look out, and then they realized that, you know, there's a barrier, and it's probably like, you know, you're not used to this. If you're a African giraffe, if you see a lion from like 2 miles away, you're probably scared. But, you know, next door neighbors with a lion, no problem. In the Singapore Zoo. Going into reptile land now. Got a bunch of stuff. Reptiles are crazy, you know. Reminds me of dinosaurs, kind of how like life started. Got a king cobra here. It's over there, you can see. Oh my god, this motherfucker can swim. Actually, that makes sense, because like how life got on land was like these guys started making their babies on land using eggs. Baby in the water, in the egg, but on land. And that's kind of like how the path of evolution took us to, you know, being fully on land eventually. Yeah, chickens are pretty closely related to reptiles, maybe. Someone let me know. Now look at the snake and look at the head. Someone told me that you can tell that a snake is venomous if it has a diamond-like head, because that's where they keep the venom. And that one is venomous, and it did have a diamond head. Look at this flying frog. Let's see if we can see a flying frog somewhere over here. Oh, there's a big ass fucking dinosaur. These reptiles are like hard to spot when you come to these exhibits, because, you know, that's kind of their whole point. Like, they're trying to disguise and not be seen so easily. So if you like walk up to this, you can't like immediately spot the reptile. which is evidence that they're pretty good at what they do. Especially this one, like this is a chameleon. So that guy's like gonna be blending in with the background. But I see that motherfucker over there. This guy's like glowing. He's pretty easy to spot. But maybe he blends in with like oil that's on the water. Maybe his like habitat is glowing like that. Or maybe he's trying to signal that he's dangerous because he's like oddly colored or something. Like the trunk of this tree looks exactly like an iguana, you know? So that means like if an iguana hides like that, you know might not see it. It would look natural. We have a crazy animal over here. This guy, he's got a beard. It's like Confucius. To this little guy over here, you can see he's got hands, like arms and legs, but it breathes through gills. So it's not a normal amphibian. It still uses gills to breathe, but then why does it have arms and legs, you know? And here you kind of like see the intermediate steps of evolution. We're in this little dome full of different monkey-like animals and butterflies. And this guy, I really want to see. It's like the in Madagascar, the movie, you know, you got this animal. But anyways, probably after this, stop for lunch and carry on. Hello. Oh my god. This thing's moving. We're just walking around and there's a duck in the path. We really are like amongst these animals. I understand what people mean. I think it's an experience that's worth it overall. It's $30 is not that much. Especially in Singapore, you know, everything is expensive already. This is like a nice thing to do. Let's see what we got here. Oh my god. It's a bat. Okay. What's the bat doing? Licking himself? There's another bat over there. Different birds. Let's see this bat again. Oh, it's got a baby. Oh, this one. Okay. I didn't even see, sorry.
I want to try the sticking insect.
Oh. Oh my god.
The sticking insect is what?
Also say mango and guava leaf. Mango and guava leaf.
That's crazy, it's like a leaf.
Yeah, so it just looks like a leaf.
Can I see it?
Sometimes they will eat each other because
They eat themselves?
no, some like a similar species will eat them.
Oh.
See the wings are broken here and here as well.
Because they will think that it's real,
You
yeah?
think it's a leaf, yeah.
Oh,
I
wow.
want to try the sticking insect.
And can I see that one?
Yeah. Cool.
What is this, sir?
This is a hissing cockroach.
Oh, that
Sing
one's
cockroach.
more ugly.
Come here. Cockroach.
Ah!
Cockroach apa? Hissing.
Okay.
He just keeps running.
Giant poison frog. This guy over there. Electric blue color. Got a whole bunch of other frogs It's pretty nice. The zoo. I'm a fan overall. Over here we got chimps. I thought these would like fuck you up. And we're so close to them. I feel like they can easily get over this barrier. We got chimps. Hope they don't attack us.
Hoppa. Benim adım Muzaffer.
I knew it, bro. Wait. No, maybe he's just trying to climb the wall.
Öyleyse de düşecek şimdi bir tarafa, devrilecek. Kaldı orada.
No, I think it's just...
Kafana çekilir hemen uçarken. Öbürü kafayı sokacak şimdi.
Now we're gonna see this crazy motherfucker. Now time for bears. World's smallest bear. Malaysian sun bear. It's not there. It's supposed to look like this, I guess. But he's not here. No bear to be seen. Right as you pass, oh no, one of those guys, and after you pass by this guy, you get to the elephants. Woodfellow tree kangaroo. Kangaroo. He's like a bodybuilder. Well, they're supposed to have hippos, but they don't seem to be anywhere. Oh, whoa. Okay, it's there. Look at that hippo. This one's actually kind of pretty. Hippos are like these hippos. They kind of look like the what do you call those pigs? Pigs of the water, like water pigs, you know. And actually, they're pretty dangerous. They eat a lot of. They're pretty like aggressive, you know. They look harmless with their like fat, plump bodies and big face, but they're pretty dangerous. Oh, and look at this tiger! Oh my god! I tried to see a tiger in Nepal for like almost an entire day. I was looking for a tiger. I stayed the night. Watched that video also in Chitwan National Park. But they're pretty like tigers are hard to spot because they're like territorial area is really large. And there can only be like one tiger in one territorial area, and they come up at like sunset and sunrise, because the reason is actually pretty interesting, because like their eyes are really good. They can see at dark really well, but the other animals, they can't see that well. So right when the sunset is happening, all the other animals, their eyes are still adapting to the low light conditions, but tigers have great eyes, so their eyes are like already ready. And right at that thin sliver of evolution, the tigers have the advantage over their prey, and then they go hunting right at that time, and they find their prey and kill them, you know. Speaking of pigs, we got actual pigs here. Of course, they're probably not called pigs. They're called babirusas, but they're pretty much pigs, you know. Yeah, this interesting animal here, it's over there. Like the Hakuna Matata pig. I think this is pretty much it. We're gonna exit now. I would say this is a very worthwhile experience. You know, it's about $35, and that's like half of what we paid for the James Bond Island tour in Phuket, which is, you know, like compare the prices in Singapore and Thailand. This is like half the price and like way more exciting things, I think.